going to be there someday. And you take a look how America actually, many Americans, besides those tycoons get rich, they do it through real estate. Because now, maybe they didn't have any money, but that house that you bought for $10,000, it could be $100,000 if you just put a little money in it and take care of it. And you already have that money in your hand, but you don't even realize it. So through education, and then also when you take a look at the whole plan of the city, make sure that you know, all our infrastructure is put in place, and also bring development so that you won't have to go to Ontario to do any shopping. But that takes your help too. See, I can have all these ideas and you keep going over there to Ontario and doing no support to local companies because they only here because they can make money. If they can't make no money, no matter what we think or ideas we have, they're gonna go where the monies are. So, you know, like Mr. Culliver was talking about the senior citizens places, you know, when we talk about all these things that you need, but you have to help support those so that we can put these things in so that you can have readily access to it. So basically what I'm saying is we are inclusive no matter what area has what. Each area should have its own entity to serve the population that's there. Anybody else? Yes, ma'am.
You need any help?
Hiring freeze. That's a hiring freeze there. You know what? We said seriously, we have positions that we haven't filled, and just because of the hiring freeze, and it is strange when we went through that process. You know, telling the guys, and I don't like to micromanage, you know, my directors if I don't have to. And some of them, you know, is because I have a smile on my face. He's a nice guy, you know, and he won't do anything. And we're gonna do it like we want to do it. So about the 4th week we came in. I said, okay, fellas, this is what we're gonna do. You give me a plan to lay off, and I'm gonna do the cut. Well, you seen the expression on people's faces. He's gonna do what? So all of a sudden, people who couldn't find no money, nowhere to cut, you know, it happened. So we come back and well, we were 7 million in the hole. Now we're only 2 million. Oh, okay, fellas, we got 2 million, huh? That's not quite enough. What are we gonna do? We can't do anything. That's well, lay off. Okay, now this was in our management meeting with the news media. All of a sudden, the news media getting me gonna lay off. Now, how did they know? Well, but I said I give you guys another day. Well, all of a sudden they found some more money. But these are the kind of attitudes that we're trying to change and let people know that we're serious about what we're saying. If you hear anything or if I say anything to you on today, and tomorrow it's different, come and ask me. There's a logical reason why we do things. We don't do things arbitrarily. And to, you know, we campaign building dreams through progress. And the progress is first is getting your financial house in order. Even with our personal finances, you know. How can we go, you know, how can we go farther if we don't even get our personal house in order? And the government is no different. We don't have a money well, a money tree there that we can just pull out and spend. I mean, you're the taxpayer, that's your money, and we should use that money wisely.
That's right.
And if you hear anything, don't take the news media. You know, they only can put certain things in the paper in the first place. And then they're going to pick and choose what they want. Come and call me and ask me, and, you know, I'll explain it to you. And usually, you know, I don't go along with things if I can't logically explain it to you. And that don't mean that we're going to agree on everything because, you know, I'm a mayor of the whole city, so I have to look at things and make sure that I do things right for everybody. And I had this conversation with a young man, and you know, he was having problems with the city and this and that, and then he got a little personal, and you need to do this and do that. So I asked him, I said, well, sir, I said, you need to vote for me for one reason. He said, why is that? I said, I probably won't do none of that stuff you asked me to do. I said, but you asked me to be fair. So if I be fair with you, are you better off? He said, I never thought of it like that. He said, I'd be better off. So even if I never do anything that he asked me to do, he still was better off because the system was there to treat him fairly. And that's what I'm all about. We agree sometimes to disagree, but on the end, as long as you can see progress, and we're doing better than what we do. Like I say, there's many ways to solve a problem. So and then many times they'll bring things to us, and there's a lot of paperwork to be read, and there's a lot of things that goes into things that you might not see. But then again, I'm not allowed to tell somebody else's business to solve your problem, to say, hey, this is why I did what I did. But sometimes you have to trust me that I'm doing the right thing. And if you can see fruits of that labor, then you should keep that trust. Yes, sir.
Has there been any advances or any new updates on your idea to make Mansfield a Wi-Fi city?
Yes, sir. We've had talks with Embark. Time Warner don't want to talk to us.
No, they get
And then we've had talks with the state. The basic problem with what's happening now with the Wi-Fi is a lot of the companies are starting to buy each other out. So now they have a different take on Wi-Fi for how much it's going to cost. Right now, the state has a program to bring high-speed internet to all the county hubs. And we're checking into that right now. Matter of fact, if you told them that we would allow the city's IT department to be the hub of that high-speed internet, and it's I think 10 gig. I think they told me. But and then the way that we're gonna either get it free or at a low rate, and I would suggest it would be a low rate.
Through our taxes, it would be.
Well, no, it won't be through your taxes. This program, the state actually is buying servers from another entity. I don't know if it's Time Warner or it's Embark, but it has to be fiber optics. And also I know Verizon has that too. So those are the three companies that I know has their fiber optics. And then we're gonna put that trunk into the city building. And then we want to try to get all the government entities coming on board. And for 2 years, what they're going to do is basically give it to all the government entities and school entities. It would be a free service. But the key to that is to get enough people in there that you can drive down the cost. And that's the reason why they want to do it for free at the end of that free, 2 years free. Because if we can't get that to drive down the cost, there's no use us getting into the business. But and that's another thing that when we start talking about the Wi-Fi, we want to do it, but we don't want to cost the taxpayer more money either.
Right.
And then if we can, even if we can give it to you for $10 and $15, it's still, 3 times less than what you already made. So that's the idea right now. But we are working on that, and the state is supposed to get back with us to make sure that that's happening. We did our due diligence on that issue. Yes, sir.